What we consume.
Ahoy, ahoy, and welcome to What We Consume, a show about all the things we put into our minds and bodies. I'm your host, King Hagathor, and with me as always is...
Me, Kevin. I'm going to sing you a song. I got some karaoke prepared. Are you guys ready?
Boy, oh boy.
I'm just playing. I'm not doing that right now. I got real nervous. I was nervous. Whoa.
Afraid that church girl was going to pop up and tell you never to do it again.
Yeah, I don't know.
Understandable. That's a deep cut from an episode a long time ago. And we are once again joined by our good friend Michael, who will actually be leading this episode.
Sorry for interrupting, Michael. That was a deep cut from you're bringing up PTSD right now. He just got me.
I think that was Jurassic Park.
Dude, that was a long time. That was like at least 2+ years ago.
Yeah.
That was yeah. Oh, man.
So, Michael, lead us off, please.
Yeah, so today I figured with King doing his big, long series on shitty, annoying cults and how shitty our government is or something along those lines, I figured we could do a casual thing and maybe discuss some music with this one. Probably not going to do music every time we do a casual episode, but music's a very easy one for me to want to do because I really enjoy a lot of music.
Yeah, and, music is a big part of what a lot of people consume, so it's nice to actually discuss it, because it's not something I really think about very often, whereas someone like you thinks about it a lot more.
Yeah, when it comes lyrics, sometimes how the instruments are played for some songs, it's a lot of that's just really fun for me, and just the emotions it makes me feel, especially even going to concerts and stuff like that. With this one, I just was I asked you guys whatever's in your current rotation, just name a few songs and then we can discuss them. I even went and asked several friends, depending on how long we take. I do have a couple of their songs towards the end of the episode that we'll probably talk about as well. And I tried to ask for reasons, brief ones, just from all of us, why you like the song, or what about the songs, what made you, why is it in your rotation for currently?
Yeah, let's start with your first song.
I've been really into grunge lately, primarily Alice in Chains. The first one I went with was Down in a Hole by them. Were you just clearing your throat, Kevin?
No, I was going to say something, but then I felt bad for earlier cutting you off, and then I was like, oh, I'm cutting him off again. And about it, I just got to get over it and not care. Is Alice in Chains grunge?
Yeah,
I would say so.
What's the difference between grunge and regular rock or whatever, or metal or whatever?
I don't know the exact history on it. We'd have to do a whole genre episode for grunge, but they're a very post-punk sort of post-punk sort of genre that just came up in the 90s with Nirvana. A lot of the bands that Chris Cornell was in, and Pearl Jam is even grunge. There's some bands that are they really grunge? But there they are. There's some bands I don't like. I don't like Bush. Bush is one of my least favorite grunge bands to listen to.
What do you think of Shave?
Never listened to them. Is that just a joke?
Yeah.
Was that just a joke?
Yeah.
There could be a grunge band called Shave.
There absolutely could be.
There probably is.
No, I think what makes it grunge as opposed to just rock overall is the aesthetic, because it's usually their clothing is flannel, long hair, usually a little greasy or grimy, ripped jeans, boots. So their aesthetic, they tend to have a slower, more melancholy tone to a lot of their music, and it's usually now I think it would be considered very hipster aesthetic, but back at the time it was somewhat anti-conformity.
Yeah, especially with Nirvana when they hit it big. That was one thing Kurt Cobain didn't want, is how big he got. That was one of his least favorite things, really. But he was kind of almost front and center for the grunge scene. That's where you get a lot of the flannel and the long hair, ripped jeans, stuff like that.
Unshaven, but 5 o'clock shadow, not necessarily beards.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's just the name that I think, because it's like Alice in Chains, it sounds more like a metal band because of chains.
That's kind of understandable.
When I wonder if I've just always associated it with that, but because I've never like listened to them that much, so I like.
And a lot of it has like some overlap. Almost all genres, especially like the metal and rock genres, there is always gonna be like some weird overlap in like how they sound along with other bands and stuff like that. But of like grunge for me, the two big ones for me was like Stone Temple Pilots and Alice in Chains, which as of lately it's been mostly Alice in Chains, and that's why I went with Down a Hole by them. I forgot what album that was off of. I didn't think to list that, but
Oh, wasn't
whatever.
it like Dirt?
It's either Dirt or Jar of Flies. And
No, Jar of Flies is the other song you have.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be from Dirt.
But with this song, along with the other track, which I'll mention in a moment, is just Alice in Chains held like a special place in my heart. A lot of their lyrics, other than like a couple of songs like Rooster, stuff like that, the lyrics are just, they hit me in a way, and just like kind of just hit me in the feelings in like a way that not a lot of other songs do.
Yeah, the remastered version has 182,635,390 listens on Spotify. I kind of checked like how many listens each song had just out of curiosity. I've got this thing where like I've essentially got like the equivalent of face blindness when it comes to music. So
Right.
like this is one of those songs where like I couldn't tell you a thing about it based off of the title or the band, but as soon as like those opening guitar notes played off, I was like, oh, this song.
Yeah. I'm like that with some songs too. It's like, oh yeah, it's that song.
Yeah, and it just a flood of flashes of memory from early childhood, because this song came out in either 92 or 93. I think its single came out in 93, but so this song's almost as old as I am. So it's just been in the background of so many different scenes of me growing up.
And like, since I'm a couple years younger than you guys, grunge kind of was like not something I really grew up with, other than if my dad or someone was listening to them. But my dad was mostly like Metallica at the time, but there was sometimes I would hear some like the grunge artists as well. It wasn't really until I started listening to music on my own and trying to develop my own taste, I really started getting into them. And most music I'm into now is like how recent it's been, like where I've developed my music taste, where it wasn't like as a child, I was like either listening to the Eagles' best hits because that's just all my grandma or aunt listened to, and I was like, oh well, I like the Eagles, I guess.
It's very fair. My dad was more like he liked a lot of American bands, but he also was real into like British Invasion, specifically like the Who and the Rolling Stones and a few others. So especially in junior high, like there was like a revival of like people really loving like that genre of music, at least where I live. So I became a really big Led Zeppelin fan. Other people, went for AC/DC or Pink Floyd, and I really like Pink Floyd now, probably the most out of all of them, but like those are all where like most of my early tastes lie.
Right.
I didn't like listen to any music growing up until I was 14 or something like that. Then I started listening to more, and that's mainly because of like my cousins and stuff. But like in my house or anything, if it was just like me and my mom, I don't remember her. I know she listened to music. There was nothing that like stuck out. The biggest thing that stuck out was like church music on Sundays, like hymns and stuff.
I was just assuming Wheels on the Bus on repeat.
No, it was like, oh dude, I cannot. They're like the traditional like hymns, like oh my gosh, I can't remember. Like I know it's like I can't remember them. They're the most like you know them,
Yeah.
and I can't remember it. It's like, and I don't know why.
Yeah,
I can't remember it right now.
I unfortunately am not the go-to person for remembering the name of hymns. I've heard quite a few of them, but
Well, I'm trying to even like sing a couple of lines, but I can't. It's blanking in my head.
That's okay.
yeah. So, do we have anything else to say about that one, or should we move on?
I don't know. Kevin, did you have anything to say about our first track, Down in the Hole?
Well, I'm stuck on church hymns.
This
I'll,
episode
I'll
isn't
figure them
about
out.
church
I'll figure them
hymns.
out later. But
One of the strange things about like most of these songs, especially like Mike's picks, is I remember them and I'm like, oh yeah, that's from that one scene in that movie, isn't it? But like, I couldn't find anything where it's like really listed where most of this media was actually
Right.
used. So it's just like, well, I'll go with probably and like,
yeah,
move on.
that's so. When we get to one of my songs, that's a big thing, and I'll go over it. But like a lot of music, I associate with like TV shows or movies that I've seen or something like that. But grunge, so I I don't I don't mind grunge and stuff, but I don't think I'm into like that many grunge bands. I don't know why. Like I don't mind them. Like I'll listen to Nirvana, but I'll just be like, yeah, it's okay. And even when I was listening to this song, I was like, it's not bad, but it's not something that I would like listen to. I don't think I like the like slow, like it's not. I don't know what it is about the like the sound of it. It's not bad or anything. It's just not like it doesn't get me like locked into my brain.
It's a unique sound, and and even in grunge, like some bands, like their sounds are somewhat different. Like Pearl Jam, completely fucking different from a lot of like this stuff too.
Would Creed be considered?
I would not consider Creed grunge. They're Christian rock.
Yeah, I think the only reason I think that is because like the vocals for Creed and the vocals for Pearl Jam like are not the same, but have enough similarities where it's like, all right.
I feel like Creed probably hit the scene more like for 2000s alternative rock, like all the divorced dad rock, you would call that.
I think that's fair.
essentially.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next one.
And this is another Alice in Chains songs, but it's Don't Follow. It is a significantly slower song, and it hits me more emotionally than the previous one. With Alice in Chains, I really do wish I could have seen them live with their former vocalist, but unfortunately he died very young from pretty much a drug. I don't know if it was from a drug overdose, but he was heavily on drugs, and when they found his body, he was like less than 100 pounds, lethargic, and just it was really sad. I do know that they have a new singer and they still continue to tour, so I would probably still consider going to see them still.
Does the new singer sound similar, or is it like
It's
his own?
He's
thing?
different, and the thing with Alice in Chains is like Lane, the original singer, he wasn't like the songwriter. It's their guitarist. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. So that's why they still continue to go on, because like he was the songwriter, and he still holds up. He does like backing vocals. Like you hear him in the backing vocals for like some of like the other lyrics. But their newer singer still sounds pretty good and tolerable to consider maybe going to see them.
What I do remember about Alice in Chains is mainly the like art of it. Because I listened to these from YouTube, so I like could see the music videos or like the art that came with it. But the jar of, I guess it's flies or whatever bugs.
It's Flies. So it's the title of the album is Jar of Flies.
Okay, so like that, and with the kid behind it, I remember that so vividly. Like it is like something in music that I like remember for some reason. And so as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, I don't super know the song, but I know the like art, which
Yeah,
is
that probably
interesting.
wasn't like one of their biggest songs off of that album. A lot of people like Nutshell. That's like one of the biggest songs off of that one. But that's still like a slower song too.
I did like this song better than the other song.
That's fair. I like Don't Follow. I do like how slow it is. Even when it picks up towards the end, it's still like kind of still slow.
Are they an American band?
I believe they are American.
Okay.
I think a lot of grunge was primarily American.
Was Chris Cornell was the lead vocalist initially, right?
I think it's always been, or it was Lane up until Lane passed away. Chris Cornell's been in so many other projects though, like Audio Slave, which is a band. It's like almost like a power band because they have the guitars from Rage Against the Machine in it. It's like if you listen to the guitar in like Audio Slave songs, like, yep, that sounds like Rage Against the Machine a little bit there. He also has like Temple of Dog, which is another project that he did with the singer from Pearl Jam. And then he's had Soundgarden and stuff like that. Chris Cornell's been in a lot.
So wait, was Cornell in Alice in Chains?
I don't think he was.
Yeah, he was in Soundgarden and Audio Slave?
Yeah, Soundgarden, Audio Slave, and Temple of the Dog was like one of his first ones.
The reason I was asking is because Don't Follow was used as the intro music for Lily Cornell Silver's IGTV series on that's focused on mental health called Mind Wide Open, which I don't know a thing about, but in honor of her late father, Chris Cornell's 56th birthday, that show started, and they use Don't Follow for the intro.
Okay. So
that's where I got it mixed up.
Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't really look too deep in like what if the songs are linked to anything. It was just based off of what I listened to, so I didn't really do it deep.
I did these on a couple of them. Well, basically, I just looked through the Wikipedia if the song itself had its own Wikipedia, just because. Fair
enough.
Just because, like, all I can really say about a lot of these is like, oh yeah, like this made me remember all these things, and that it's going to get real old real fast. So I was just like, what else is there? The other thing I did was look up all their Spotify plays. So Don't Follow has 41,872,000 plays on Spotify. So significantly less than Down in a Hole, but still pretty solid amount.
That is probably one of the lower listened to songs off of Jar of Flies. I think Nutshell is probably the highest listened to from that album because everyone loves Nutshell.
Okay. I liked both the songs, but that's really all I could say about them is just I liked them and I remember them from things.
What's interesting about the listening count on like Spotify or YouTube and everything, you got to think how long ago these songs came out.
Well, really, how long ago they got added to Spotify.
Yeah. And so the actual number of like how many people listen to them is probably so much greater, which is insane.
Yeah, and there's also all the different versions and all the different releases.
Yeah.
Like CD sales and stuff like that.
Yeah, I just did it based off of Spotify numbers just because I thought it'd be like kind of a ballpark. And since I'm taking them all from there, it kind of gives like a rough idea.
Right.
That's just something I've been like thinking about lately. When we get to my songs, I'll expand upon it more. I just don't want to give anything away yet, but it's something I've been thinking about. But yeah, let's keep going.
So we're done. Those are my Allison in Chains songs. So that's all I have for Allison in Chains. That was two of my songs. My next song was 46 and 2 by Tool.
Hold on real quick. Is it Alice in Chains or Allison in Chain? Okay. So it just sounds like you're saying Allison in Chains.
It's probably just the way how fast.
Okay. I just didn't know because it's got like their name has like the uppercase I. So I didn't know if like they.
Yeah. Alice in Chains.
Okay. I just didn't know. I was making sure.
But my third song that I went with was 46 and 2 by Tool. Tool's always been like a very fun and interesting band for me. I've seen them live. The first time I probably heard them was through Guitar Hero World Tour because that was like the first time you could listen to Tool without having to buy a fucking CD of them because they're pretentious assholes. For like the longest time, they weren't even on streaming services until like an album that came out a few years ago. So it was like really hard to find them unless like you watch like YouTube videos because they wanted their albums to be like experiences, kind of like I guess like Dark Side of the Moon and stuff like that, and albums like that. but they are very pretentious about it, so it's very hard to get into them. But 46 and 2, it's not one of my favorite songs from them, but it's just like a very fun song. The Tool's is they're very technical in how they play. They do have weird time signatures, and I do like, fuck, their singer's name is like 3 fucking names and I can't remember it. James Maynard, I think, is like probably the most common way to say it, but I like his vocals most of the time.
I've tried to get into Tool. Like when their new album came out, I tried to listen to it because so many people were talking about it. I was just like, I don't get it. I get that they're very, very talented. Don't get me wrong. But I think you have to be like a little bit of like a music head to like super appreciate their songs. And I even tried to like go back and listen to their older stuff, and I was just like, it's not me. It's not my thing that I like.
I'm like, it's one of those bands where like I'm fine with it, but it's also one of those bands where like you hear the opening guitar and it's like, oh, this is no. Oh, this is no.
Yeah. Yeah.
From what I remember, Tool is very polarizing to people.
Yeah.
Especially their fan base, I guess.
Yeah, they're kind of like an alternate version of Primus, I would say.
Okay.
Do you know any fun facts about their guitarist, King?
Not really.
Would you like to know one?
Yes.
That's a reference to what you guys said earlier.
Yes.
So he's done a lot of art and makeup and set design for movies before like continuing to stick with Tool.
Uh-huh.
And one of those movies that he worked on for set designing stuff is Jurassic Park.
Huh.
And like a lot of their older music videos is like, that's his work that he's put into that.
Okay.
Because that's just like something that that's something he's somewhat talented in doing.
This is the James Maynard.
Adam Jones, their guitarist.
Adam Jones, their guitarist.
And you said he's the one who worked on Jurassic Park?
Yeah, he's worked, from what Wikipedia says, he's worked on Jurassic Park. I knew that one for sure, but he's worked on Batman Returns, Terminator 2, Dances with Wolves, and Ghostbusters 2.
Interesting. What a lineup of movies. I wondered, like, I assume those are like the ones he worked on that like were real big, and then he also worked on some other less known or duds.
Yeah, probably. And then I think like eventually he's like, I think at some point he just like, I'm just going to stick to the Tool music, and just kind of stayed with doing Tool.
I imagine it'd be really hard to like if both are being successful, it'd be really hard to like manage doing both, just because of like touring and like when you need to be on set, like that back and forth sounds like it'd be pretty exhausting.
Maybe. I mean, he could be like Jared Leto, lead actor in 30 Seconds to Mars, man.
Fucking pervert.
But with Tool, I don't care too much for them super lyrically. It's more just like I like their sound.
I think the song's got a pretty good sound. Like
one of their biggest songs is probably like Sober. I think a lot of people have probably heard that one. I think that one actually had like some radio play. And The Pot's a really good song, but that was the one that was kind of more in my rotation when I was listening to a lot of like this music coming up.
Yeah. So I didn't get any real fun facts about this one. 153,192,000 plays on Spotify, but what I did find is when I was listening to it, the top comment on YouTube was, quote, "I'm a 68-year-old grandma and I love Tool. My sons are huge fans and so am I. Good music is good music, period. This band is amazing."
They recently were under fire for a little music thing they did. They were doing like a weekend show, like throughout a whole weekend, and like each set was supposed to be unique, not like repeat songs, and they wound up doing repeat songs, and a lot of people got really upset about it.
That's interesting.
Dude, that must be a thing for their YouTube comments, because I'm looking at it now. This is, I'm a carpenter and I love tools. This is when I'm a president of the United States. I love listening to Tool.
Could you imagine Donald Trump fucking listening?
Yeah, I love Tool. Tool is the best band.
Which is funny because like with Primus, their bit is you say Primus sucks, and you're just like, yeah, we know.
Yeah.
And that's like their bit is just Primus sucks.
I can never remember. Was Buckethead Primus or was that something else?
Buckethead is, I think, a separate guy.
Or Les Claypool.
I don't think Les Claypool was in Buckethead, maybe. I don't know.
They worked together, but was one of them in Primus?
Well, Les Claypool is the main guy for Primus.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. He did try out for to be bassist for Metallica, but he was too good and he didn't also mesh with the rest of the band, so he wound up not being picked after I forgot who passed away.
When I was 15, I went to a music festival. Only music festival I've ever been to, and like I went because I wanted to see Buckethead and Les Claypool, and then also got to see Flaming Lips, and I don't remember what else, but the Flaming Lips guy jumped into one of those big bouncy balls and rolled around in the crowd.
That's pretty cool. That sounds like it was a fun show.
It was pretty neat. It's a shame I couldn't appreciate it more, but I was like, this place is loud, all these people stink, and they're near me.
That's part of the charm.
It's part of the charm that's not for me.
That's fair.
But I've never been that into live music, so
I'm not a huge fan of I am a fan of concerts, but this is my thing. If I can't sit down, I don't want to go. Like
we really should just do a metal show one time as a group and just fucking destroy each other in the mosh pit. I think that would be quite the experience as like a group thing.
Yeah, we went to like a Muse / 30 Seconds to Mars concert a long time ago. And Muse was the headliner, and we had to stand the whole time. We were like in the pit all the way like close, and I was miserable. I'm gonna be honest, I was miserable. There's just too many people are too near to you.
Like it's hot and sweaty, and you have no personal space.
It's a good experience, but like even if I don't sit down at my seat, like I like to have that option.
And this one time I went to a concert with a friend and his family, and we got there early, so we got up against like this rail, and we're just like chilling out and enjoying it. And I think it was Go-Go Bordella, Queens of the Stone Age, and then the Killers, and we really enjoyed Go-Go Bordella. And then like these two women must have been like college age or whatever, came up during Queens of the Stone Age, and we like all enjoyed that. And then during the Killers, like the Killers did a medley, which in my opinion kind of sucked. Like Queens of the Stone Age did a way better set. But these girls started getting mad at us. They were like, why are you up against the rail if you're not rocking out? It's like, it's the fucking Killers and they're doing a medley. Like,
yeah.
So like halfway through the set, we were just like, we ready to go? So we just left.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Can't believe you.
I mean,
do we have anything else to say about Tool?
No.
That's it for me.
That's fair. My next song is Blue Monday by New Order. Lyrically, it is a downer somewhat of a song, but it has got such a fun beat. I do like New Order. I don't listen to them quite often. I did like their previous band before their singer wound up killing themselves, Joy Division. And I always wonder like where Joy Division would be at if their singer had wound up not doing that thing. But it's still a fun song. It's kind of long though.
Dude, it is. I can tell you one thing about all the songs that you picked. Your average time, like if you add it together, I can guarantee you like it is over 5 minutes. Like
it'd be
your song.
pretty close. Naked and Famous kind of brings it down, but the rest of them are all...
Tool writes long ass songs too, so that doesn't help.
Yeah, you picked long songs, and I was like, what's going on? Like it kept going. When this song played, I was like, did Jared recommend this? Like that it is like a Jared song.
No, it's a good. To me, it's one of their good songs. It's been covered by a band called Orgy. I don't like that cover. King shared with me that they used it in a Fanta. Was it Fanta? Sunkissed ad, but I don't know if it was you said you didn't know if it was an ad that actually aired or not.
So basically, like the song came out in 1983 or 84. In 1988, Sunkissed was like, hey, we'll give you either 100,000 or 200,000 to change the lyrics to make it for Sunkissed and make an ad out of it. And they're like, then the story gets kind of murky because like everyone's got their own opinions of what happened next, but essentially they tried to do it and then like decided like this is fucking stupid or lame and we don't want to. So like a version of it does exist. I don't know if it ever fully aired like publicly, but it maybe led to a lawsuit because I think what happened was they got a version of the lyrics and then added it over the music, and like Sunkist did, or the ad agency or whatever, and then like they tried to air it. Blue or New Order found out about it and were like, "Hey, you can't just steal our shit like that," and like shut it down. So I don't know what actually came of it. There is a version of it you can find on YouTube, and they changed the lyrics to like it's the opening lyrics. They changed it to "How does it feel when a new day has begun? When you're drinking in the sunshine, sun-kissed is the one." So
That would have hooked Kevin immediately.
yeah.
It wouldn't have mattered. I would have already been drinking.
So the version on Spotify has 464,245,000 views or listens.
Yeah, they were a. I don't think they were a new wave, but they're new. I don't know if they're post new wave or they're in that new wave genre.
Yeah, and they're a lot more synth heavy than like their previous stuff, right? Like or what
Kinda,
they were with
sorta.
their Joy Division.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
I think it's also been recently getting a lot of popularity from like TikToks or something because I've seen it pop up in shorts.
It's mostly like the instrumental like beat that you
like,
hear in a lot
particularly
of
at that beginning.
Yeah,
but
I do think the beat itself is like very kind of fun to bop to, but lyrically it's just kind of a downer.
Yeah. All right. Anything else for that one?
No.
All right. Well, my last one on the list, it's not one that's like always in my rotations, but it was something I was like, I kind of wanted to come up, just pick a song that was like something that reminded me of like, I didn't have college days, but my friends did. And when we would hang out, this would be kind of like in like a playlist or something that we listen to. It's Young Blood by The Naked and Famous.
Why does it sound like Passion Pit or like?
Because it's indie rock.
But like, even like the words and everything sound exactly like Passion Pit. Did they like cover it or something?
No, it's just a lot of indie rock sounds the same.
Like it is almost exactly the same. I was like I was listening to it and I was like, did it like link to the wrong song?
No. It's completely different person, a group. A lot, like I said, a lot of that indie rock music sounds very similar, but even instrumentally, and it's just kind of like the genre it's stuck as. But with this song, is like it just gives me like nostalgia of like being able to not having to be a full adult, but being like of age to do stuff and hang out with friends and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know like Anthony and all of them loved like this type of song or this sound, and oh my gosh, and Evan and all of them. Like they're the ones that got me into like that sound.
But other than that, I don't have. That's like about the only song I listened to them by them. Before I changed over to YouTube, we had this huge playlist. We called it "Fuck Off." Initially, it was mostly just like indie pop and indie rock, and this was one that was in there, and that was one of my like top songs from that playlist. That playlist has grown like way too much at this point.
This one's got 314,777,000. And in the same kind of vein as Alice in Chains, this is one of those songs that reminds me of memories from days long by. Although Alice in Chains was more like when I was growing up, and this was more like college or high school.
Yeah.
Just like it gives off that vibe of summer with friends when you're young. I think it came up a lot on my Pandora based on the other songs I was listening to at the time when I was like cleaning bathrooms or like doing other janitorial work or like, doing yard work for my grandma or something. So like it's certainly got its nostalgic factors for me. That said, wouldn't have been able to tell you the name of the song or who created it. Like
I had to think about it for a second. Like, what is that song? Because like the beat and everything was in my head. I was like, I want to add this, but I can't remember the thing of it. And then eventually it clicked.
Yeah, I didn't know the name of this either. If you would have asked me, I would have said another band. But I've listened to that song like 1,000 times. That is 100% like senior in high school song for me.
Yeah, it's definitely made its rounds.
Yeah, I love that song. Like
Well, that's
it's a
kind of
good
like when
song.
the genre hit big, because like Riptide by Vance Joy got really big, and he technically that's like indie rock pop stuff like
A
that.
couple years
But-
later, we'd get Somebody That I Used to Know and Tonight We're Young by Fun, or whatever that
Yeah,
one's called.
so like that genre kind of like, other than like the big hitters, there's a lot of like smaller artists too in that are still
Yeah.
neat.
All right.
But that's all I had for my songs.
I'm adding that song to my playlist.
We already
Okay.
have a playlist,
I'm talking like I have another playlist that's just
personal
me.
playlist.
So are we ready to move on to mine?
Yeah,
So these middle songs were yours.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way these are King's. I was like,
they shocked me more than your song picks.
dude, I was like, this is like an Evans section. Like,
No.
Other than like the
not the last one, apparently.
other than like the last two that he picked, I was like, these are some interesting ones that King has been listening to.
Yeah.
yes, for the first four, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what's going on?
I have my reasons. Yeah, so like, Michael came to us with this idea for an episode like, I don't know, a month and a half ago or something initially, and I was like, yeah, sure, music, fine, whatever. And I was like, I'm really busy with all this cult shit, but I don't want to just phone it in. So I was like, all right, what have I been listening to? And I have been listening to all these songs and plenty of others that I didn't bring up that are similar in tone or vibe. But the ones I chose did have particular reasons. And like part of it is because like especially for the first couple, I've got a friend, like it's the one of the ones I've told you about, but she really likes female hip hop artists with really explicit lyrics. And so like she'll send me songs, and like if it's one that I enjoy, I'll listen to it and then probably check out the rest of their discography. If it's not, it's just like, all right, and then I'll move on. And then for this first one, I chose Balloons by Tyler, the Creator, featuring Doechii. And I chose this one partially because like me and my friends used to listen to Tyler, the Creator a lot, like back in, 2010s or so. Like during Goblin and Yonkers and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I haven't really kept up with most of those friends, and I haven't kept up with the music pretty much at all. But I got really into Doechii because of her Tiny Desk performance. So I heard this song and I was like, oh, this is like a fun crossover between like what I used to listen to and what I'm currently listening to. I also just find the lyrics very funny.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like kind of absurdist, pretty explicit, and also just like kind of fun. I wish this one has a music video, but I couldn't find one. This one has 122,125,000 views.
I never got like I tried to listen to Tyler the Creator like over and over again. Like I've given him a shot multiple times. It's just not my thing. Like I didn't mind the song, but it's not like something that I want to come back to. Like I do think his stuff is like funny and he's good at what he does, but I don't know.
Yeah, he's also just got an interesting personality, which I think has gotten better over the years. It's like he's more refined and it's not quite as like just edgelord for edgelord's sake.
Yeah, because I got into him around like the Yonkers and stuff like that era. I think he really didn't start changing his tone until about like Flower Boy. That was like one of his albums.
Yeah.
But I got really into a lot of songs off of Igor. I do like Tyler a lot. I haven't listened too much of Doechii other than like the couple the song and the one where she samples Godier.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just
that's the proper way. I think it's Godier.
It is. You're right.
Whatever. He's a one-hit wonder.
But I really like Tyler and his personality as well. I need to watch more of his interviews with what's his name?
Eric Andre?
No, the guy that wears the hat that does like interviews with a bunch of artists. Tyler and them love each other so much. It's really cute watching like clips of them together.
Yeah. So that was the first one. I like the way it sounds, and I also like that blend of Tyler and Doechii. But I also wanted to have one of just Doechii on her own. And unfortunately, like the Tiny Desk performance, like I couldn't find any where it's like split up by the songs that I could like easily pick. But so I went with Nissan Altima. I had a hard time figuring out which song I wanted to do for Doechii because she's got several that are like very uniquely different. But I went with Nissan Altima because it like kind of shows off her skill and speed, and also her fucking absurd lyrics.
Yeah, she had some. It does. Her lyrics remind me of like early Tyler and stuff like that in a way.
And I think it's a pretty fun song. Real explicit lyrics. I preferred in the Tiny Desk version because the Tiny Desk like was this little like half-hour concert for it. I think Tiny Desk is NPR, but she had backup vocals and like a full jazz band, well, a small jazz band to play with her, which I think really elevated it because it didn't sound like, not to say like generic hip hop, but it didn't sound like specifically just hip hop. It had like an X factor to it, but I still like the song as is. This one has 156,993,000 views.
I don't think Kevin cared for it.
I mean, I've heard the song and everything. I'm very indifferent about it. She's okay. So I don't mind her. I'm indifferent.
Her anxiety song, which is heavily samples, Got You's somebody that I used to know, is really making a comeback because I think I think that's part of like how she like really broke out like a couple of years ago. But
yeah,
now suddenly I'm hearing it all the time in like shorts and everything. And then
is it because she just put out a music video for it, or has the music video been out?
I think that's recent, so I think that's part of it. But what's that new Final Destination Bloodlines? They use that in at least one of the trailers for it, which is
for the longest time I did hear that version of it. I just assumed it was a mashup that someone did for TikTok.
Yeah,
and so for the longest time I didn't know that was like her like original song that she was just sampling over Godier for.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, at least. So that brings us to another
relatively vulgar rap song.
Yeah. So this is a Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion's 2020 hit WAP. This was I think this is how my friends started sharing this with me because like I had heard it and was like, all right, that's fine. And then like I saw all the backlash it got from the most tell on themselves nerd right-wing commentator.
Oh yeah, it fucking blew up in that.
It upsets people. So like she and I started talking about it like that, and that's how like she started sending me more stuff because she's really into it. This has nearly 1.5 billion listens on Spotify.
What's ridiculous is the music video is censored. There is not an uncensored version of the music video that I could find that was
not
official.
A legitimate one.
Yeah,
because I think the one I linked is just someone cutting it over. Yeah, and that's upsetting because I find the censored lyrics more like, not to say offensive, but more explicit than the uncensored.
It gives me the ick. It's like saying people getting upset at the word moist.
Yeah, because instead of saying wet ass pussy, they change it to wet and gushy. And it gives me the ick. Like, part of the reason I really like this song, and I like most of Megan Thee Stallion's work, is because like people like Ben Shapiro started really telling on themselves. This is from Wikipedia because I was too lazy to look up the actual source. Quote, conservative political commentator Ben Shapiro criticized the song's message in a widely seen video in which he recited the song's lyrics, many of which he self-censored with euphemisms such as wet-ass P-word. He sarcastically stated that, quote, this is what feminism fought for. Shapiro's video was mocked by multiple news outlets and fans of the song. Shapiro's comments, particularly his comments on vaginal lubrication, were condemned as medically inaccurate by prominent gynecologists. Many social media users also mocked the comment as a self-own, implying that Shapiro was unfamiliar with vaginal lubrication due to an inability to sexually satisfy his wife. And
It is unnatural for a woman to be so wet that you need a mop and bucket full.
yeah, essentially saying like, my wife, who was a doctor, said that if your pussy is that wet, or if your p word is that wet, that you need to see a doctor, implying that his wife's ain't getting wet down there.
No.
There was also Angela Stanton King, who you guys might know as the Republican candidate in Georgia's 5th congressional district, suggested that the song supported organ harvesting from aborted fetal tissue.
That is so fucking stupid.
That is classic Georgia politician.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about? But of course, they fucking said it. So yeah, I think the song's pretty good on its own. It definitely went to a whole other level with that kind of backlash because it's very funny.
Yeah.
Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B also have clapped back against people who came out against it, essentially saying what I was talking about, which again I find funny.
I'm trying to remember which one did JoJo cosplay, because I thought that was really cool. I think it's Megan, or
I don't know if Cardi B ever has, but Megan does a lot of anime inspired stuff, including in her songs, and then she's also done a lot of cosplay of Gojo. I think at least one JoJo character. I think a few My Hero, and
which I think is very cool. And I don't really go out of my way to listen to the music. I have to be in the mood to listen to a lot of rap. That's just not something that's super in my sphere most of the time.
Yeah, I believe it's still her most recent album. It has a lot of anime inspired content.
Yeah, I think there is one song, I can't remember the exact song title, but I knew that there was a song that had specific lyrics, I think, to a Jujutsu Kaisen character or something like that.
Yeah, and she's also got another one. I can't remember who's in that, but she's got the lyric I'm a female titan, I'm stepping on bitches.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I find it fun. I get that you guys probably weren't expecting those from me.
No, those
no, not at all.
Yeah. So the next one I got is Edamame by Baby No Money and Rich Brian from 2021.
Love Baby Knows.
Yeah. I've got an interesting relationship with the song just because I didn't really know anything about Baby No Money for the early years of him getting popular. But this song I knew about because there's this Korean, I don't know if they're I think they're a team of gymnast coach / martial arts instructors. I think they've got some kind of studio or whatever where they teach people how to get better at gymnastics and whatnot. And I think some of them are also martial artists. But for a while they would do these shorts where they would be doing gymnast related challenges, and they would use Edamame as their background music during those. So I first heard it a couple of years ago and was just oh, that's kind of neat. Never thought about it again. And then recently, I want to say might have been late last year or early this year, I started seeing Baby No Money on Twitter because he was asking for legitimate artists and saying no to AI artists for work he was trying to commission. And I was
that was in the last 2 months that he's been doing that.
Yeah, and I was oh, that's kind of neat. Still didn't know anything about him. And then I saw someone say so wait, this guy's name isn't Baby Knows, it's Baby No Money.
Yeah.
And then I heard, I think, Edamame or one of his other songs, and I checked out a couple of the other ones and eventually found Edamame, which is oh, I've been hearing the song for years. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, I think I first heard Edamame through a RuneScape series I watch. I was oh,
I believe he's also done a song for Valorant, and I think he did another one for CS:GO.
Possibly.
This song was huge on TikTok, so I heard
a lot of his songs have
TikTok.
gotten pretty big on TikTok.
Well, there.
Most popular, or his popular one right now, I can't remember the damn name of it. Check, is that the name of that?
Check's pretty recent. I think that would be the most recent. Yeah, because It Boy and La 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 were older, so it must be Check. Check's.
He's done some YouTube videos with the guy I used to make RuneScape videos with.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of collaborations lately in like YouTube Shorts and everything, which is interesting. I enjoy his music. Like it's not my favorite or anything, but like I enjoyed enough to have it on.
They're fun little bops.
I really hope he doesn't get milkshake ducked.
Yeah. And he also like allows creators to use most of his music unless it's like music he used samples from.
Yeah, which is also neat. Seems like a good guy. I hope I'm not wrong. So speaking of another person who got big largely from, well, maybe not largely, but partially because of, YouTube Shorts and TikToks, is Tom Cardy. He's an Australian singer, comedian, songwriter. He's been around for a while. I think like post-pandemic is when he started getting like much bigger. And I had a hard time deciding which song to do, but I went with Hey, I Don't Work Here because I think it's funny. The other song I could have chosen was Have You Checked Your Butthole, but I decided Hey, I Don't Work Here because it's incredibly catchy, and I also enjoy how the story escalates from scene to scene.
Yeah, it's a song. I like it. It is funny. I think he's a funny person. I do feel like it kind of overstayed its welcome sometimes with like how he was doing it, but that's
This specific song or just like some
this
of the songs?
specific song itself is just like, yeah, I get it. You don't work here.
It is a bit longer for like a comedy song. I like it for what it is, but I can see what you're saying.
He was just feeling it. So he was like, I'm going to keep going. He was like, I got lines and lines for this. I want to tell a story.
Yes.
Yeah, and I like parody music. I listen to like Ninja Sex Party and stuff like that. I guess even some of their songs, like, okay, this is kind of dragging on.
Yeah. I think this one only has like 6,800,000 views. I also like him because he's collaborated with TWRP and Ninja Sex Party and Montaigne, as well as like The Dollop. He's been on a few episodes of The Dollop, and I think one of his YouTube shorts is with Gareth Reynolds from The Dollop, which is kind of fun. It's interesting because like he's got a like pretty big body of work, but he only has 2 albums because the rest of them are just like little ditties he made for YouTube or TikTok, like a Perception Check or what's that other one? Doesn't matter. But he's got a lot of like little short ones that are so quick that it's kind of hard for them to like overstay the
like really fleshed out enough to make into an actual song.
Yeah, but I enjoy it. You guys got anything else about that one?
No.
So my last song for this episode is Starlight Brigade by TWRP featuring Dan Abaddon, and it's from 2019. This has got 26,241,000 plays on Spotify, and I really like the song, but I actually like the music video actually makes me a little emotional. Like it's a very sweet like 80s cartoon story, and it's like a fairly compelling, very brief story.
This is my favorite song that you out of your list. I really like it. Just the sound and the vibe. I know it feels good. It feels like a never-ending story, or like Warriors of Virtue, or what are the Indian in the cupboard type of vibe for me.
The last one threw me off.
Like the like those type of like movies like that had that sound. Warriors of Virtue, or the oh my gosh, I forgot the other one I just said. Or Never Ending Story definitely like it falls into that sound, or that like even how the music videos universe, like it makes me feel that way.
It's got very. Go ahead.
So you would probably like a lot of their songs, so that's they're like in that synthwave sort of genre.
Yeah, TWRP or Tupperware Rap Party, they're pretty good on their own, but when they team up with Dan Abaddon, or aka Danny Sexbang, it's like they tend to make some real bangers. And the animation is by Knights of the Light Table, which I really like their style. They've done a few collaborations with I guess technically with Dan, because he was the one, or he's the common link, but they've also done one for Night Runner called Magnum Bullets, which I also really enjoy that music video. Yeah, I really like it. It's very heavily 80s influenced, kind of like reminds me of like earlier Gundam, or like I guess to an extent like Voltron or even Power Rangers.
Yeah,
it definitely reminds me. The music video definitely reminds me of like Voltron and stuff. Just how they all go together.
Yeah,
Just yeah. So it's real cool. The music video is awesome.
Yeah,
I like-
and a real nice combination of like sci-fi and fantasy. So it's like space fantasy, like not the same as Star Wars, but like not entirely different from it either.
I liked a lot of the I liked the design of the characters because it's all based off like the character designs of like the whole group that's based off of like their live action, like their costumes for their group. So I thought
Yeah.
that's like very neat.
Like,
Oh, do they at this Tupperware rap party or whatever it is have a like costumes?
yeah, they all wear costumes that look like their characters in this music video. And then Dan Avedon is the little elf boy, which isn't exactly
No.
the same as his otherwise persona, but it's not entirely removed either. Like it's fitting for him. And then Ninja Brian is just always Ninja Brian,
Yeah.
which is just great.
Good old Ninja Brian.
They look so weird.
They're so unique and interesting. They're so good to see live. They opened like I've only seen them once, but I saw them open for like Ninja Sex Party and their other side project Starbomb, and they were like the first opener, and they were just really terrific.
If you need a visual of like what they look like what these pictures look like, it reminds me of the villains from like Power Rangers. Like that's what they look like
That's kind of
for
fair.
me. Yeah.
Like
this one picture looks like it could be in freaking Power Rangers.
yeah, there's a lion, a robot, a spaceman, and then basically Duran Duran.
Yeah.
It's a very visually striking group of people, and yeah, just fun, like kind of 80s retro throwback. Just overall, I just really like how this song and the music video came together.
It says that they're going to be in Atlanta on May the 31st.
They do tour quite a bit.
They do.
They've got another song where they team up with Danny Sexbang called "The Hit,"
That's
which
a
I also
classic.
really like. Yeah,
I need to look up who Danny Sexbang is because that's just a name. That's just
his
a name.
persona name for his band Ninja Sex Party.
yeah,
I know I've listened to Ninja Sex Party.
yeah. He's half of the Game Grumps.
Oh my god. Okay, this is who he is. Okay. I don't think I've ever seen him before.
That's
It's interesting.
plausible. Their new Ninja Sex Party's newest album is also pretty good.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked Starbomb's new album as well that came out.
Yeah, Starbomb's new album had some really good songs on it too, which is surprising because like I don't even think they had another one in them.
No.
But I think it was also a lot more Aaron and Brian heavy. Like Dan's in it sometimes, but it seems like it was
Yeah.
much more Aaron on that one.
Love the Qbert song.
Oh man, that's a treat. That and the Nintendo reveal.
Yeah, that one's a good one.
And the one about fucking the Elder Ring pot.
Oh yeah. Fucking meat noises and that was so gross.
Yeah. So that's the end of my list. I think we've covered my songs pretty thoroughly, and I think we're ready to move on to Kevin's.
Yeah. So, first one is Third Eyed Blonde, and it's Jumper. And so, the biggest reason why I am listening to them, one, like their stuff is crazy. Like I did not realize how many songs they actually like made and that were popular. Started to blow my mind. Like I would listen to their songs one after another, and I'm like, I know this song, but I had no idea it was them. But Jumper is like one of those songs that I listen to that just reminds me of reminds me of like a nostalgic time, like back to my hometown in less than a month. I like need that. I don't know. It's been making me want that, but they're just, dude, their songs are great. Like Semi Charmed Life. Oh my, I'm forgetting all of their songs' name, but Jumper. All of them are really good right now. They're just wonderful.
Pretty sure I only know Semi Charmed Life and Jumper.
No, you definitely know.
If you're having to look it up, I probably definitely don't know it then too.
No, I just can't remember. Dude, I know all the songs. I just can't remember them right now. My brain is not braining too well right now. How it's going and Never Let You Go. You definitely know how it's going to be and Never Let You Go. I know that for sure.
You've almost certainly heard Graduate too, because they played that
Yeah.
for like so many graduation scenes in teen movies from like late 2000s to like mid 2000s, or sorry, late 90s to mid 2000s. Like that was the song.
Maybe. Doesn't ring a bell. So
It will ring a bell if you just hit the play button and you allow yourself to be transformed into a simpler time that makes you feel happy.
Yeah, I knew I recognized some of these songs, and you're right, it is like a lot more than I expected. So like earlier this week, like after we had gone over it, I went and like just listened to what their most popular songs are, and it's just like, oh yep, I know that one. Oh yep, I know that one.
You know them all.
Yeah, pretty much.
It
Like,
just their songs just remind me of like early 2000s and late 1990s like movies and stuff like American Pie or Not Another Teen Movie or
I think
like
She's All That, or
yeah, just all like all that stuff. Even like Shrek, they have like it's not their music, but it's like similar like feeling like
yeah,
all
like
that
Smash
stuff.
Mouth and
Yeah.
yeah.
So I don't know. Very remembrance of that time, and I think it's good. And I think their songs last. I've been listening, and they hold up. They're good songs.
It's not really my kind of music, but I definitely remember like listening to all these songs like from that time period, so I understand the nostalgic factor. As far as it holding up, I'd say yeah, probably. Like, I mean, I don't think you're gonna get Gen Z like bopping to most of these, but I bet you could get them to for a couple of them.
I bet there's a lot of Gen Zers that like a lot of our music.
Well, if you put it in a TikTok, then yeah.
Yeah, and I've been surprised since like at what certain like age groups have liked so far because they'll yell out songs to play and stuff and it's like the randomest songs and they all know the words and they'll all sing it. And I don't know if it's because of like TikTok or what it's because, but it's not like they all know rap and stuff like that, but they'll know like these random songs that are from like our youth and stuff too. That's not like super popular in our youth.
It's because their parents are playing.
Probably, yeah.
All right. Yeah, so Jumper has 234,087,000 plays. It also got like a big boost in 2008 after the Jim Carrey movie Yes Man came out, because in it his character sings an acoustic version to keep Luis Guzman's character from jumping off a building, which is pretty fucking on the nose, but I'm sure it fits in the scene.
It 100% fits on the scene. They're both standing outside of a window. He's about to jump off the ledge.
Could you imagine if he did a rendition of the song "Jump" by Van Halen?
Van Halen.
Well, he's trying to save him, not kill him.
Okay.
Yes, I miss that time of like Jim Carrey making all those movies. That was a good time. I think he killed it.
I don't know. I think after Bruce Almighty, like they really stopped being as funny. But like that's also the time where like I stopped really enjoying Adam Sandler movies or like any of those kind of like comedies that like had been like hugely popular in the 90s. Like once like I don't know 2003 2004 rolled around, I just lost interest in like a lot of those. Like I just didn't find them as funny anymore, like any new ones that came out.
He's basically saying since his brain developed more and he became more mature, he was just too cool for school. Can't like Adam Sandler anymore. Can't like stupid Jim Carrey movies.
I don't know, man. I think a lot of their humor was just like specifically to the 90s, and by the 2000s like people had moved on. Like a lot of people moved on to Will Ferrell stuff. I liked some of those movies, but like I kind of had the same feeling about them. So maybe it's me, but like I also think it was just like the time had passed.
Yeah, you can't make a movie like those these days, even though they're making, I think, a Happy Gilmore 2 for some reason.
They are. It's a real shame that oh fuck, what's his name? Carl Weathers died. Oh well, no, I guess that doesn't matter.
No.
But also the big man who played like Jaws and I want to say his former boss in Happy Gilmore, he also died.
Bob Barker's dead.
Is he?
I'm pretty sure he's dead.
I can never tell with him.
I'm pretty sure I might be wrong. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's not alive anymore.
After Bruce Almighty, I think the only other thing that I like truly liked Jim Carrey in was Yes Man, because he does Bruce Almighty and then he does Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind after it as well.
Yeah, and then he did like 23, and like he started doing more dramatic roles.
I liked the number 23. I used to watch that movie a lot.
It was okay.
To be fair, I also kind of got sick of Jim Carrey because of him and Jenny McCarthy pushing anti-vax bullshit, and it's just like.
See, I didn't know any of that back then. I was just like, he's a funny dude.
Bob Barker died in 2023 at 99 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Adam Sandler right now can really do whatever the heck he wants. I guess because he has such a big deal with Netflix that he can just make whatever movie he wants.
I mean, that's
will watch
what he's been doing for the last decade.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. And his movies are like critically, the critics like destroy his movies, but like people still love his movies.
Yeah, I mean, like
they're watching them.
I will say I kind of respect what he's doing, which is largely just me and my friends are gonna go on vacation and we'll produce a movie out of it.
Yeah.
And I'll always have a super hot wife that's different in every movie. But like, I can't really fault him for that.
That's what I would do. I mean, I would just get my friends to be in all the movies that I made and we just hang out. Like, it's literally what I would do.
It's got a lot of appeal to it.
He's living the dream.
Last thing I have to say about Jumper is the music video is insanely 1997. Like, it's like it looks like it was shot on like early video. I could be wrong, but like it kind of has that vibe. All the like scenes feel very much like that. Like, it's not full on like rave party, but like it's got that like vibe of every party scene from a late 90s movie.
Yeah.
It's hitting all the like nostalgia quota for like a very specific part of 1997.
For sure. It also reminds me of like all of the like openings to TV shows in like the late 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah, like, did Charmed use Semi-Charmed Kind of Life as their theme song?
I have no idea.
I can't remember if they did, but like
that's interesting.
I can't remember if that was like official or if that was just like some YouTube video I wandered on later that someone like cut together. But yeah, their music was, if not like,
well, so their music is in Charmed.
Okay.
You have so you have their song called Danger in it.
Okay.
And then Smash Mouth is in it. And they like both of those bands very similar.
Yeah. But yeah, their music was all over the place in media. If not like the theme, then just like somewhere in a scene. Like you said, American Pie, She's All That. I want to say maybe I Know What You Did Last Summer or Scream.
Probably.
Yeah, just fucking all over the place. And then in TV, like I'm pretty sure Smallville used them at some point.
Oh yeah.
One Tree Hill. I never really watched that one, but I think I remember you saying something about that.
I've seen every single episode of One Tree Hill.
Of course you have. Probably the Gilmore Girls, like just all over the place.
I'm listening to the Charmed opening right now.
Okay.
It's like I don't think it's them, but it's like it's the same like sound.
Very similar vibes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do we have anything else to say about that one, or should we move on to the next one?
I'm good to
I
move
think
on.
we're good to move on to the next one at this point.
Mike's like, oh, I hate this.
We've talked about the song for like 20 damn minutes.
Hey,
We did talk about it for a while.
I have yapping to do about my stuff. Okay, sorry you guys can't yap as much.
Oh, thank God we let him warm up.
The next song that I have is "To Watch the World Spin Without You" by Rovia. I don't
I think it's Monrovia.
Monrovia, but the biggest reason why I like got into this song, it's one of the songs. So I've been like reading a book and trying to figure out a way to like keep myself like calm or like keep my emotions even kill more often and finding like more purpose and other things and not allowing like my day to be ruined by like small things or things that I can't control. And one of those things that you can do is like make a playlist that kind of like calms you or sinks you or like grounds you and allows like these things to go away. And this is one of the songs that I have that was like the first one that I chose. So it's great.
I really liked the song. It was very chill. I didn't need a self-help book for it, but I didn't really enjoy the song.
Well, maybe you should read a self-help book and figure out a way to like better your
I
life.
feel like I don't want to poison my mind in like 3 different ways at once.
Well, you guys are already poisoning your mind with rotting your minds on like social media and X.
That's
And
why I said I didn't want to add another one.
You know, well, this isn't a rotting. This is helping you heal it to like try to be better.
Nah.
It's only a couple steps away from self-help that you get to like Jordan Peterson and Andrew Tate. So like proceed with caution.
No,
it is like it's not the only way it can go, but like that, like the reason people follow those guys is because they are looking for the same things that self-help books are telling you they'll solve.
The only self-help book I would read is critically acclaimed streamer Ninja Tyler Blevins' whatever title of his gamer book is.
I have no. I know he didn't. I don't know if he made a book about like how to be a streamer or.
I don't know what it's about. I just know he has a book out, and I was just trying to make a joke.
Okay.
So To Watch the World Spin Without You has 14,609,000 plays, and I think this is the most interesting song in your list. Like the rest of them, I was pretty much expecting. This one really stuck out as like a deviation from the rest of your list. I like the song. I don't really have much to say about it. It is nice and relaxing. I did think initially when I read the title, you were talking about a widely different song.
I don't know what song were you
that
talking
one
about?
They use for I don't remember what kind of chocolate it is, but they used it in commercials. It's like, I'll stop the world and spin with you, which is obviously not the same.
I'll watch the world melt with you.
Yeah.
That
I
stuff.
think that's the commercial version, but I think the original version was something else. Or maybe it wasn't. I don't fucking remember. But anyways, I thought that's the song you played or you picked. So like I clicked on it and was pleasantly surprised.
It's good. I have a bunch of songs like that now that I listen to and that I like. So,
all right, yeah, I think that's all we really need to say about that one, though. Yeah,
sure. Okay, next song. So this is my favorite band, and it's 21 Pilots. The song is Car Radio. And the biggest reason I picked 21 Pilots is because this song and this band is what like helped me get back into music or like start like listening to music full time and like really enjoy it again because I know like every song. I've listened to every song. This is like one of the only bands that I've ever done that for.
You repping a shirt yet?
Oh yeah, I have it in here somewhere.
Somewhere in that mess of a studio office you have there.
We're moving, so yeah. But if you look over here, so look, I can just move this camera.
Oh God, no!
You see right there the like yellow thing. Yeah. That's their album and their bandana, and like then there's a picture of my wife and I down there. The thing doesn't move very much, but it probably would have been easier for me to go get it. That's dumb. Yes, I should have just went and got it.
We get the point though.
Yeah, but yeah. And then I have like a shirt, and then here's a hat. Here's another hat. This is their newest album, Clancy.
Mm.
This is the symbol for the album.
I'm still repping my Starlight Brigade shirt.
I'm wearing a Naruto shirt now.
Yeah.
Dork ass.
It's a comfy shirt.
So Car Radio has 519,836,000 plays. It's not my favorite of the 21 Pilot songs, but I think it's pretty good. I just have other ones that I like better. I think I heard this one a lot on the radio when I was working at the Turnpike, because I wasn't going to bring a portable speaker to work. So like, it was just like, all right, let's see what the radio has to offer. And it was this a lot.
Dude, I mean, it's not my favorite song either, but this is like the first one that really got me into music and into the band. My favorite song is probably Doubt or Screen or Hometown or The Hype. Those four. I mean, there's just so many. Neon Gravestones.
I really like it. Stressed Out.
Stressed Out is good.
And then I
Down.
like Heathens, but it just got like way too overplayed when like it was used in the Suicide Squad trailer that was like way better than the actual movie. So like I enjoyed the song, but like it's been played too many times.
Yeah, Stressed Out, Rod, and Heathens are their three like most played songs.
Yeah.
I think they all have like around 2 billion plays.
Oof.
Yeah, the song was fine enough to listen to. I just don't particularly care for his vocal style.
That's just because you don't. This is because you just don't like the storytelling.
It's not the lyrics; it's the vocal style itself that I don't particularly care for.
It's storytelling, and that's a big reason why I appreciate like Tyler Joseph is his storytelling and his music. He has a whole lore to it and the background, and like a story from album to album that all connects into one big world. And I think that's like a huge reason why his music is so good and why it like resonates with me, because I love the story aspect to it.
Like his character's blurry face, and then is Clancy also another character?
Yeah, blurry face Clancy, and then you have like Nico and the Niners, who are like the like people like his fans or whatever in the thing, and then you have I mean, there's a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
So I could get into all the lore, but Mike will get bored. His eyes will roll back. He'll hate it.
I don't have an issue with like lore stuff. Again, I just don't care for the way he sounds when he sings, and that's that.
I'm mostly okay with it, but in this one it is a bit much. But if we want to talk about someone whose vocals I'm not okay with, the next song has that for me.
The next song is Hot Mulligan, and it's Equip Sunglasses is the song, but this is like probably my favorite genre of music, like right in that, like indie punk.
It's like a
emo.
It's like a
rock.
like that pop punk Midwest emo. It's just all a lot of that's very over encompassing on each other.
Yeah, and it's by far my favorite music, because like the first like band I ever liked in like middle school or whatever, like when I first started, like when I first listened to music and didn't like, there was My Chemical Romance, and then all the other bands like started to compound on it. Like I really liked Fall Out Boy, and everybody has a Green Day phase, but all the emo rock I love. But this was the first like band that I found myself that I like enjoyed when I got back into music. So that's a big reason why they're on here. And I just, they're the ones I found and I enjoy it.
By found, you mean like no one recommended this to you? You just came across it. Okay. It's not like this made you like understand who you are as a human being.
No. Yeah. No one recommended it. It's just like me searching for music that I wanted to listen to. And it's like, this was one of them.
Gotcha. I can't stand the vocals, but I do like the music underneath it. This one has 45,495,000 plays. Like it's It's fine. It kind of reminds me of songs that my friend, like certain ones of my friends, would just like blurt out like at the top of their lungs for like no reason. Like if the room got too quiet, they were like, "Oh, need more attention on me," and then just ironically shouting like
A line from
completely off pitch or like just as obnoxious as possible. Like this seems like one of those songs that they would do.
yeah.
Now I can't.
I really liked this song. I don't listen to too much Hot Mulligan, but I did start re-listening to Law Dispute, one of their albums, because my friend was at work, was just like going on and on about one of their albums. Like they're one of those ones where like their vocals are very hit or miss for me, and I don't like. He does some of their songs. He goes like on a. It sounds like he's just telling a story, which I mean, a lot of it is just telling a story as well. So kind of similar to like 21 Pilots stuff and all that, but he like spoken words a lot of it, so it's not really like singing or screaming to like the actual instrumentation of it. So I'm like, okay, this is kind of fucking annoying, but I like this genre. It's a really fun genre, and if you like Hot Mulligan, you probably would like Law Dispute and stuff like that too.
I think this genre also like it speaks to a lot of people who like went through high school or middle school and they like at one time they felt lost or they didn't feel like they had a place or the place that they was with like the emo or like non-popular or like indie kids. And now like they all like get into this music and they were like, yeah, well, you know, we hate like high school or different
Yeah.
things like that.
It is definitely one of those genres that like if it definitely hits you in your adolescence, it will probably carry on with you through like your adulthood in some way, shape, or form.
I think part of the reason it doesn't work for me like that is because I remember the kids who like were really into this kind of stuff, and like one of them, well, there was a group of them that they were all like really into like skate culture in middle school, and it was really funny because then we went to high school and like I ended up going to high school with like most of them, and all of their friends like adopted like Carhartts and like 4-H and were suddenly like rural hicks. And like one of them came into school wearing all of his like skater stuff, like skinny jeans and like skater shoes, and he like looked around, and then the next time I saw him, fucking Carhartt and Wranglers, like cowboy boots.
Wow, he conformed. What a fucking loser.
Yeah. And one of them like ended up just deciding, well, I mean more than one of them, but like one of them specifically just decided like in high school he was just going to be a racist. So he called a black guy the N-word and that dude beat the shit out of him with a chair. So that's what I remember of the people who listen to this.
That's crazy.
I did find some funny YouTube comments for this one that I just want to read out real quick. First one from Almazing Skater says, I've watched this big-headed motherfucker scream at me in a leather jacket like 20 times in the last 2 hours. The next one's from John P6201. It says, I'm digging the singer's vibes. He sounds like he's trying to shit glass. And then the last one is from Sarah Envy. It says, I found the song on Spotify and listened to it like 100 times before I decided to look up this music video. My high ass was not prepared to discover that the lead singer of this band looks like a handsome Squidward version of Will Wheaton. I'm shook.
I can see that. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that for sure.
So that's all I got for this one.
No, that's funny. I want to backtrack to your skater thing that you knew.
Yeah,
Dude,
go ahead.
I started skateboarding in middle school. I didn't stop until I was like 26, 27. And the only reason I stopped it because it hurt my feet so much. So I was like, it's not worth it anymore. But I was one of those kids.
Did you wear the skinny jeans?
Oh yeah, I wore the skinny, and I wore the skate shoes forever.
Dude, you and skinny jeans would look like Gru. Them big ass shoulders and skinny jeans.
No, yeah, I had like super long hair too. I had like long hair with my skate shirts. Yeah, it was not like as long as your guys's.
Yeah,
but it was like down like to my shoulders. Like it was like skater dude hair.
This was middle school era, Kevin. I did not exist in this state until
it was like middle and then like half of high school.
Damn.
And Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I got
but
to see a picture of that at some point.
but you got to remember also, like, I played 3 sports. I started varsity. So like I was cool with everybody. So there was like I went to all of like the parties. I like did everything.
What else do you
So
do in a small town like this?
I mean, dude, there's a lot of people that don't get invited to like these things, and then I started getting invited to the people's parties who don't get invited, and then I started hanging out with them more because they were way more fun and weren't douchebags. They were.
That's fair.
That's why I started ended up like I was friends with like Ruben and all them from childhood, but I didn't start hanging out with them again until like end of 10th grade, like 11th. Like I played soccer and stuff with Ruben and like we would hang out like during soccer season, but he wasn't like we were always friends, but I wasn't like with his group all the time and still until like end of 10th and 11th grade. So it was an interesting time. But yeah, I was one of those skate kids. I mean, I don't think I have any of my skateboard stuff here. I left it all at my mom's house.
Well,
Yeah.
at least you didn't convert to the cult of Hick and decide to be racist. So
No.
at least there's that.
I never was into that stuff.
Yeah.
My last song is Olivia Rodrigo, and it's All American Bitch. And I have this because the reason, like, I love her music one, but like I really like pop like girl singers for some reason. And when I started working out, and I never listened to music when I worked out, like for a really, really long time. I was like one of those psychos in the gym that like could lift a ton of weight but didn't listen to any music.
Just raw
But then
dogging it.
yeah, and then when I started listening to music while I was in the gym, it was like her songs. And I don't there was just something about like the sound and the beat that like kept me like super focused, and I loved. And I think it also helped me like start to admit that I really like pop music or like that type of sound. Like I don't know, I'll tell anybody now. So I don't really care anymore.
That is fascinating.
Yeah, it's a fun little bop. The way Kevin speaks about it reminds me of some stupid fucking meme thing. I actually shared a link of one of the photos. It's not quite as accurate because of the song choice in it, but it's what it made me think of when.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was in football, it was always shit like Disturbed, Down with the Sickness, like not my choice. It was just like, the upperclassmen would always like pick those songs. And my God, there's only so many times you can listen to that song before it just becomes white noise.
Yeah. It's so
Yeah.
fun to hear karaoke wise though, even though I used to really love Disturbed, and as of recently I've kind of had to not listen to them because of some of their singers'
that's just
actions.
funny.
I can't wait till we get to do karaoke again. I'm singing the All American Rejects. I'm doing it. They're back in my playlist right now. I'm like, I got back into them, so I'm excited.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting choice for gym music. Pretty nice song. It's not my genre, but like if this is on, it's not gonna upset me. This one has 338,490,000 plays. And yeah, it's a nice, short, good build.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Kevin, what did this do to your taste in women?
I mean, I mean, it definitely made me know that I have like a thing for Latino girls or whatever.
In your 30s, you finally figured that out.
Well, I think I just admitted it.
Yeah.
I think I just have a things for like immigrants or
Jesus.
All right.
I mean, technically my wife's
Yeah,
an immigrant, guys.
Oh man.
Well, I think we should just move on.
Just to wrap it all up, I'm gonna add. I asked a bunch of friends what some of their songs they were listening to at the time were, and I just got a bunch of them, and I spun a wheel and picked 3 of them. The first one I grabbed up was "Sleeping Lotus" by Convictions. This was from my friend's brother, which she's technically my friend too, but it's what it is, and it's just something that was like just something he'd been listening to at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. I didn't mind it. It's
It's very generic in some of its metalcore ways, like current you guys don't listen to metalcore, so it doesn't really, it's probably just gonna fly over your head at this point with that, but it's very generic in like how it sounds for like a lot of like current metalcore band soundings.
It's surprisingly worked for me. I'm very hit and miss on like what metal I enjoy and don't, and this one kind of works for me. Like, it is pretty generic, which I think probably helps a normie like me, but
Yeah,
like overall, like I enjoyed this song. It's also by far got the lowest play count, which I guess is just like a part of being in that genre.
yeah, especially if you're not one of the bigger bands. Like I've never really heard of them before, so they're probably one of the lesser known ones. If you do like them, you'd probably like one of the more popular bands. They're called Fit for a King. They got relatively similar singing styles.
Yeah. So this one has 598,933 plays, or at least it did when I grabbed that number, which is like, I think it's the only one that doesn't break into the millions on our list. Yeah, even Tom Cardy's able to, barely, but he got there. But yeah, pretty decent. Anything else?
Well,
No.
Okay.
no, yeah, that's it. Then the next one is The Long Way Home by Powfu, featuring Sarah Keys or Kays. I actually don't know if it's supposed to be Keys or not. I don't know if I typed it wrong. And Sarcastic Sounds. This was from a friend. He said he personally loves that the artist's vibe mostly. It's a chill song and it's got pretty deep lyrics. And I just quoting off what he said. He said, sometimes life is hard and you need a little more time to yourself. So you take the long way for just a little bit more time for yourself.
That's fair. This one has 11,036,000 views.
I enjoyed the song. It kind of is similar to like To Watch the World Spin Without You in a way. Like it's not self-helpy, but like it's just kind of like a take time for yourself, and
It's very chill.
I think that's fair. The thing that really, like, I thought the song was fine, and you said nice and chill, but the thing that stuck out to me is like the music video looks like it reminds me of when I was filming stuff in like high school film class. Just like, all right, we need footage. Does this look interesting? Sure, let's do it. And it's a lot of handheld. It's like a little bit
tree for a
shaky.
couple minutes.
Yeah, it's very low budget, which is probably just because I think when they did this, they weren't as big as they are.
Probably.
Yeah. Or they were like, oh, we're going to take the long way home. So they just started recording their long way home.
Yeah, or they were just like, we don't want to waste budget on this. Like this will work. And like it doesn't look bad. Well,
I think it works. I think it works for the song.
I think it fits with the song, but it does remind me of very like my early days of filming stuff. On to the last one.
Yep.
And the guy who recommended this, your song is my favorite song out of the Friends songs that we have on this episode. So just so you know, you're not an NPC on this episode.
Song gave main character energy.
Love you, buddy. This last one is Little Miss Magic by Jimmy Buffett. This is from a friend who just recently had a child. So they're learning to sing this song for them. So I am assuming he like sings it to their child to lull them to sleep or just to give them to get smiles. I don't really know, but I know that's why they're learning to sing the song. And I don't give a shit about Jimmy Buffett.
I don't think anybody in the world does. I don't know how who listens to this dude anymore. Unless you're like 72 plus, you're done. You don't listen to him.
Oddly specific. Yeah, it seems like the comments are very similar to our friends' feelings of like connecting with their daughter through the song. It, like being a childless man, it doesn't really do much for me. Jimmy Buffett's fine. Like a lot of people, I'd say for most people, it's like you're either a Jimmy Buffett fan or you are absolutely not. I'm largely indifferent because I don't really listen to him. And to be honest, every time I think of Jimmy Buffett, I just think of Club Dread, that Broken Lizard movie where Bill Paxton plays I can't remember the name of his character, but he's playing a Jimmy Buffett contemporary that lost out because he wrote Pina Colada Berg, But Jimmy Buffett came out with Margaritaville, and like he his career never took off because of it.
You just brought up like a memory or like something that I have not thought about in years. I know exactly what you're talking about, and but I have no idea what you're talking about. And it's like in my mind now. That's insane.
Yeah, it's just like, God damn it, Jimmy Buffett.
Also, because I watched that YouTuber who made the video about all the Margaritavilles that Mike recommended.
Yeah.
I forgot what his name is. He like visits all of them.
Is it Eddie Burback or Burbank?
Yeah,
that's
Eddie
him.
Yeah, I fucking love his videos.
All I can think about with Jimmy Buffett is how shitty his Margaritaville restaurants are now, and like it puts a bad like taste in my mouth, and like how they loop his music over and over and over again. Like dude, that hit. I think his YouTube video gave me PTSD for Jimmy Buffett.
All right. Well, I think that's all we need to say about that one.
That's pretty much it for the friend ones. I still have a whole list in case we do other episodes like this, and I'll probably continue to ask other friends or get refreshers on their lists just for future episodes, unless they take fucking 2 hours long. But, yeah,
this is definitely something we'll probably return to, although we might
space it out.
And we might try to like cut it down a little bit to, maybe like 3 songs each or something. But
we could do it during the 4th of July and do like the most American songs ever, or the most like patriotic song ever, like but for like a country. Like if you find one for like Kazakhstan or something, and it's super like patriotic, we like show that. All right,
we'll discuss this some other time.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and wrap it up for today.
Yeah, before King explodes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, thanks for listening. Catch us for more on X at @what_we_consume and on Instagram at what we consume podcast. But guys, just remember, let me know that I've done wrong when all I've done. Sorry. Guys, just let me know that I've done wrong when I've known this all along. I go around a time or two just to waste my time with you. On to Mike.
I'm not plugging anything anymore, so you can go on.
Okay. I am at King Hagathor on both Twitter and Blue Sky. Other than that, bye-bye.